What's up? This is Ray. Welcome back. Hey, today we got a pretty cool episode. It's kind of a milestone episode for me because for years now, I've been looking for the perfect microphone. I've reviewed a lot of microphones on this channel, and I don't think I could find the perfect one, but I think I may have found it here. This, what you're listening to now, and that's on my shirt, is the Samson LM7x. There's a lot of cool kind of unique design features this has that your generic microphone that I've always been using just doesn't have. The most important thing to know is this particular mic is called unidirectional. What that means is it records sound right in front of it. Mostly that's where it picks up, but the sound from the sides and behind, it kind of rejects and suppresses. The reason that's important is if you're in a wedding or in a gathering type of area or by the roadside where there's a lot of noise, you know that it'll be picking up mostly in front and it'll kind of isolate that. There's plenty of times I shot videos with the old Omni mics and it's so loud around that the audio was kind of unusable. So that's one interesting thing about this. There's some unique design features on it. So yeah, if you're curious about a quality mic and you want to step up your game, especially if you're doing YouTube or vlogging or anything like that, stick around. We're going to be checking out the Samson LM7x. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to show you something interesting now. I'm going to show you what's the point. What does unidirectional even mean? So I'm going to tuck it into my shirt. So look, what I'm doing right now is I'm holding the mic towards my mouth. This is kind of the best case scenario of how it's going to sound because it's picking up, as we said, right in the front. But watch what happens when I point the mic toward the ceiling. It's like 45 degrees away from my mouth. Do you notice how my voice kind of dropped? You can still hear me, of course, but it's a little lower. It's isolating my voice from the side. Now I'm going to turn the microphone directly towards the camera. So now I'm talking into the bottom or back of the microphone. You notice how it sounds low as well. That's something that, let me turn it back to my mouth. That's something that omnidirectional mics don't do. They're good for a purpose, but it's good to know when to use which one in different situations. So let's do it one more time. I'm pointing the mic at the ceiling, away from my mouth, and I'm sure you heard it drop a little bit. Now I'm going to point the mic again directly at the camera. You hear how weird it kind of sounds? Kind of like a otherworldly kind of sound. So yeah, that is what a unidirectional mic does, and it's good, as we said, for loud places to isolate noise. So that's unidirectional 101. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the first kind of thing that let me realize this microphone is very high end and it's made for professionals, because when I looked at the connectors and adapters that come in there, there's pretty much every modern connector that professional companies use. For example, there's a Hiroshi 4-pin that Audio Technica uses. There's a Switchcraft TA3F that is going to be for the Samson series of equipment, wireless and not. And also there's a Switchcraft TA4F for Shure wireless systems. And finally, there's the normal 3.5 millimeter that uses Sennheiser, that Sennheiser uses, I should say, but the connector has a screw-on adapter for the wireless system so that it won't pull out easily. But that's something we're going to talk about more later, because that's a pro and a con. It comes with a small wind muff that it fits kind of perfectly. It looks like it was made just for this little microphone here, and that's really cool. We're going to talk about that a little later also. So keep in mind, this is a microphone that plugs into a system you already have. It doesn't have any electronics or wireless transmitter in here. It's something that you plug into your already existing system. Hey, look here, when I review microphones, I kind of pride myself on putting them to the test, you know? So I don't normally like sitting indoors like this, but there's a part of this clip that I filmed before lockdown happened in South Florida, before Corona lockdown. So, and it's the intro kind of. So I want to show you some of those outdoor clips that I shot in a remote area, just so you can see how it sounds in an outdoor environment. Let me shut up and play the clip. But this is from a company called Samson. Yes, it's like Samson and Delilah. I've never heard of them before. But when they reached out to me, I went to their website, and a lot of the stuff they have is high-end gear, high quality gear that I've never seen, and it's really interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to show you probably my favorite feature of this microphone, is the fact that you can swivel and point it in kind of whatever direction you want. You may wonder, why would you want to point the mic anywhere else when it's already pointing at your mouth? Well, what if you're not wearing a shirt that's buttoned down like this? Let's say you want to put it on top of a t-shirt. I'm going to try to move this mic without making too much noise touching it. If I were to put it on top of a t-shirt like this, the mic is now pointing to the side, and you probably notice, of course, it's isolating my voice. So with a normal clip like this, that would be a problem. So what's cool is I can point the mic straight up. So now, even though I clip this to the top of my t-shirt, the mic is pointing again straight up at my mouth, and I'm getting proper sound. For an omnidirectional mic, that's not a big deal, but for something like this, it's very vital. So it seems like a little thing, but it's a big deal. It's a big little feature that this particular omnidirectional mic is able to do that I haven't seen in a lot of other microphones. Okay, so me talking about this mic, you probably get the impression that I feel it's perfect, right? Now it's time for me to talk to you about the things I think could improve. First thing let me show you is, this is the connector that connects to your audio device, and it is a 3.5 jack, and it has a screw-in connector. For example, this wireless transmitter is made by Comica, and it has a screw-in top. The purpose of that is when you put the 3.5 jack in and you tighten it, it won't easily pull out by accident. The problem is, most of the wireless or any type of audio systems people use don't have this screw-in connector. This particular connector, if I remember correctly, is mostly used by Sennheiser. So this set is really geared to a Sennheiser system. So that's important to understand. Samsung dedicates their equipment to high-end company stuff, not necessarily the lower-end ones that don't have that. So the problem is, if you don't have a Sennheiser system or audio technica system and you want to use this, when you go to press it into your audio, it may not go in far enough for it to connect, and that's something I found out. So what I had to do to run it into my camera, I got this extension cable that just happens to allow it to press in far enough to hear my voice. So that's the point I'm trying to make, is this is not compatible with every system. It's best to use with one that has the screw-in adapter. And when I spoke with the company about it, they mentioned that yes, it is made for these type of companies, not necessarily everything else. And they don't have an adapter to make it plug into just a normal 3.5 jack. I had to find some adapters that I had in my audio bin to kind of rig it to work in other ways, but that's important. And I think that's a problem though, because as much as I like this system, it's not everyone that's going to be able to take advantage of it or buy it. But there are ways to use an adapter to use it in anything else. But yeah, I think it's good if Samsung did have an adapter to just 3.5 jack. That's something I kind of had to point out. Yeah, man, so that's my review of the Samson LM7x, and I gotta say I'm really impressed with it. This kit is, I think it's $89 on the Samsung Amazon store. I'm gonna put the price up here like I always do. But I really like it. I think this is the mic I'm gonna always use now, because it gives the right amount of treble and the right amount of bass without, you know, being too extreme in that way. So, and it's so small. There's no excuse not to use it. At $89, it's, some people may say it's high priced, because most of the other mics I've been using before were maybe $20 or less. So that's why I think this is something good to upgrade to when you are getting more serious into audio or video or things like that. You're really going to see the benefit of it. So yeah, thanks for checking this out. I'm going to put a Amazon link where you can get this microphone. If you do get it, definitely please use the link, because it helps the channel, especially at a time like now when a lot of us aren't making a lot from our jobs. So yeah, thanks for watching though, and keep in mind, no matter what mics you use for your creative videos or whatever you do, Until next time, as always, keep it real.